background is quite warm.
I think if Hitler came back today and he saw a group of multi-ethnic people, a lot of whom are liberals, campaigning for British values, he'd be disgusted. Are they still British? You know what I mean? It's like, you can say what you like about Keir Starmer, but I think he's done a wonderful job. He's the best Prime Minister Mauritius has ever had.
In Denton, pounding those streets, handing out leaflets.
Built in defiance, paid for in blood.
And heritage. But yet another step was needed to complete this disintegration. One final stop on the long march through the institutions, the destruction of biology itself. The big LG, I can't say it, LGB. It's a gender and identity lie. The wicked lie taught to parents and children from birth that you can choose who you are. This was the final lie, the ultimate insanity that the uniparty establishment fell for. Above all, it means reclaiming and rebuilding marriage. Not just as a religious preference, but as the indispensable foundation of a free and secure society. A society strong enough to build its defences against mass immigration and reassert the rule of law over incompatible cultures taking over our cities and towns.
Advance UK really is the People's Party. It's yours, it's mine, it's ours. And it loves the working class people of our nation.
To God and for the salvation of our soul and those of all of our ancestors and heirs, and unto the honour of God and the advancement of His holy church, and for the rectifying of our realm. Do you know what that is? It's not the Holy Bible, it's the Magna Carta. I echo a great ally of ours in the battle for freedom and the battle for our nations and culture, President Donald Trump. To echo for Britain. We must rededicate this nation to Christ. Thank you so much.
After Dunkirk, my granddad and his mates never gave up. They took the fight to the enemy in North Africa, Sicily and Italy before we went back to Normandy on the morning of D-Day. By comparison, our outlook is bright with freedom in sight. It took our forefathers 1,000 years to build what we have today, and only 30 years of malfeasance to drive it into the ground. The solution to our problems is obvious. As Ricky said, it doesn't lie in more change. It simply lies in restoring what we had. Outside influences, prioritising our national interests and handing power back to the people.
As a country, the problem is when you dilute what the belief is, things change. I went to school, despite the belief, a Christian school. We had to take one of these with us. A Bible. We had to do particular things at a particular time of the year. Celebrate Christmas. Easter. See guys, When I went to travel the country last year, I realised something. I thought in the start of 2020 that I was mad, and I was the only person who could see what was really coming about. Yet here I am in a room full of 1,000 people who want to see change in our country.
I don't know, I think, people get a hard time for Islamophobia, but Islamists are a little bit scary. Like, a phobia is supposed to be an irrational fear, but I find ISIS a little bit scary. Islamic terror, a little bit scary. Nobody's giving arachnophobes a hard time for being scared of spiders. All a spider's going to do is scuttle out from under the couch and give you a little bit of a jump, Not saying there's any similarities between Islamists and spiders. Spiders have got hairy legs and kill a surprising number of people in hot countries.
Thank you very much, folks. Now, normally, if you've heard me speak, I do it without note. We will not let them silence us. Indicated on the 30th of June 2025 that I was going to launch, I was considering launching a political party. I set two hurdles for the party. The first was that we would have to hit 30,000 members. And I thought that might be a get out of jail free card, that I wouldn't hit it, and then I could retire back to my normal life and say, well, I gave it a shot, it didn't work. To far-right ideologies, and one far-right ideology that it cites is cultural nationalism. Without a culture, we have no nation state, and that's how it has to be. That is fulfilling your duty. Being allowed to put British national interest first, we're not allowed to put British people's interest first, and in fact, we get the bizarre result that often we will protect criminals and denounce victims.